Yo, 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 YouTube. What's good? West Coast Graffiti and Tags here, and you know what the fuck it is. What do we got going on today? Gerb, what do we have to do? I need to think about what I say to you guys before I say it better. Because sometimes I genuinely am asking myself that question. So today, as you see, I got these two markers here with me that I picked up at Art Primo. This is the Art Primo Press and Go, which is their run-of-the-mill corrections pen. And seeing as I am a fucking corrections pen jerk off. Ooh, someone fucked this car up. So here's the story on this car. It's been sitting here a hot minute, and Solid and Be Gone caught fills on it a while back, and apparently this wasn't like this yesterday. So last night, oh, there's my tag. Last night someone fucking came through and smashed all the windows on this bitch, including the front one. Well, how about that? So yeah, that's the fill-in car. Anyway, so this is Art Primo's run-of-the-mill corrections pen, aka Art Primo's Presto. So there's a corrections pen called the Presto. It's the most well-known, well-used, and best corrections pen for graffiti, and this is Art Primo's version of that. And then I also have the Magic Ink glass body marker, which is just a regular old gravity fed permanent marker, but this is a special marker. This is why markers are called magic markers, because of this marker right here, because of the company Magic Ink that makes these markers, hence the magic marker, Magic Ink. You know, you get the story. But yeah, so I have a video of this little guy on my video, or on my channel already, but I didn't do a very comprehensive review, I guess you could say. So I figured I'd do the two I do the Press and Go and the Magic Ink at once, just because they're both very similar in use and style, and they're used for the same thing, you know, catching tags around town, writing on many different surfaces. So that's what we got for today. Let's see how these bad markers do. All right, we'll talk at you when we get some tags going. Just so you all know, if you see someone eating a bag of cereal, or if you see someone eating cereal at the bag with milk in it, you know they're struggling. This is the fucking true struggle right here. I want cereal, but I do not have a bowl right now with me. I have some at my spot, but I didn't bring them with me, so just made do. Bag-o cereal is what's on the menu for breakfast today. Just thought I'd share that with y'all. I thought it's funny, and I have done this more than one time, so I know it works very well, unless there's goddamn holes in the bag like this one. But I just, you know, put my thumb over those little itty-bitty pinholes and made do. Yep, Bag-o cereal though. Fucking gourmet chef Gerb right here. I was cleaning my tent. Now I have to go run a quick errand for someone. I do realize that this is supposed to be a fucking review video for this marker and the other marker, which I left at my tent actually. So I'm gonna fucking catch a few tags real quick with this and see how it do in its natural habitat. I'm not angry at it. It's a fairly smooth writing. It does well even over that like bumpy kind of surface that you saw, it didn't hang up on it too much to where it like fucked my tag up. So that's nice. That's hard to find in a marker. Here, let's hit up this sign too. That dude was fucking staring super hard when I hit that tag, and he saw me talking to a camera. He's like, what the fuck? See, little things like staples always hang me up. So yeah, this right's really smooth. It doesn't seem to be fuckered off by anything on the signs, really. It seems to be able to write through most any issues that might be on there. It's not really streaking or anything. Don't worry about SMHS. If you know, you know. But yeah, I like this. This is a nice, dope little marker. I can dig it very much so. I can get around this little bad boy. I see why people are really raving about this glass body. I mean, I've had one before, so I know exactly what they were raving about, but this is supposed to be a review. Like, I didn't understand why people were so hyped on it. I'm like, if it's just like any of those Sharpie gravity fed markers, like they just don't hold up on the street like fucking like any pump action marker or mop or a solid marker will. They just don't write on as much materials and shit like that. So like these are definitely holding a candle to, like, you say your normal like pump action or mop style marker for tagging. And so I can get around this, and I can understand why gravity fed markers aren't all shit. So if y'all don't know difference between markers, this is a gravity fed marker. There's no pump in here. It uses a free flowing ink in a body that's usually stuffed with something like cotton, or it has some sort of ink cartridge in it, so it's fed via gravity, soaking the very loose liquid up and then feeding it into the... By the way, these guys were buffing this building with a citrus fucking solution, and it just rips the fucking paint off the walls. I am super impressed. But it's good to get that kind of information, because then you can use that against them and put counteracting chemicals in it that will cause it not to react with the citrus. That's bombing with intelligence. That's graffitiing with intelligence there, fellas. Like, talking to the people that are cleaning your shit, figuring out what solvents they use to fucking forego their cleaning processes with chemistry. That's why you take school seriously and you learn that shit, because you can use it in graffiti and in everyday life. The only when you use the excuse to your parents why you shouldn't care about homework is, I'm never going to use this in my everyday life. Stuff like chemistry, you can, and if you don't, you're just not taking full advantage of the universe that we have given to us, people. And that's kind of sad. But tangent, huge tangent right there. Gravity fed markers, though, that's what they are. A mop is a marker that usually has a nib that has some sort of how do you say, pump on it that lets the ink flow, or holds the ink back when it doesn't need to flow. And that's like what you have in the Art Primo drip mops and stuff like that. It's a nib with some sort of valve on it that holds the paint back or lets it flow when you press down on the nib hard enough. And that's how you can use that kind of marker to your advantage to get really drippy or really clean tags. And oh, I don't have to run, it's the walk sign is on. Sometimes I ditch across streets and like don't look both ways and almost get hit by cars, and I feel hella stupid for doing that. So I'll check at least and make sure that there's no cars coming, and go when it's safe, and not even look at the walk sign and then realize it's on and be like, oh, okay, don't even need to do that. But and then there are, I can't remember the other markers right now. There are a lot of other markers. So mops, gravity fed. There are mops like the shoe polish mop, which is like a gravity fed mop. So it has really fluid liquidy paint in it, and it has a valve that how do you say stops the paint flow, and yeah, yada yada yada. But so that's kind of like a mixture between the gravity fed and the mop, because it has that sponge that soaks it up, unlike a mop, which is just like a thin piece of mohair or something like that that doesn't really soak it. So you kind of have to have the valve open, which causes that drippy effect. And wow, this is just turning into like a full-on lesson on fucking all different kinds of markers. This isn't just a fucking review. You guys get so much with this YouTube channel. You guys are lucky. Not everyone is as comprehensive as your boy Gerb with West Coast Graffiti and Tags. So anyway, moving on. What else is there as far as markers? And then there's like pump valve markers, like your decos, which are like black book markers, and you also have gravity fed markers such as prismas, which are black book, alcohol based gravity fed. This is also like a xylene based ink that's really thin. It's probably made with exactly the same idea as the grocery store get ups I did with the big pins, but the solvent, rather than being acetone, it's xylene, which is a much more volatile solvent, and it'll just stain deeper, and it's just a better all around. If I made that shit with xylene, it would be a killer ink, and I think I'm gonna do that next round I do that video. I'll do that in a video to show you guys the difference. But moving on again, where was I completely lost my space. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh my god. Anyway, oh, there's my, no, that's the E, never mind. I gotta catch the D. Yes, decos and stuff like that, and you also have your correction pins, which are kind of like a mop but different in a way. And you have, that's about it as far as markers that are good for graffiti. And you also have your Sharpie style markers like that, which are gravity fed markers. Or there's a lot of other gravity fed markers that are pretty good at some art stores. And then you also have your bigger acrylic markers that are pretty much big black book markers that are good for tagging. There's so many different styles and like types of markers with different types of paints and inks and solvents in them, and it's actually really complex. And if you know all this stuff, you can make some pretty cool stuff, which is how I know how to do all this, and how I figured you can make nail polish ink by dumbing it down with acetone and thinning it out and putting it in some sort of mop body and stuff like that. That actually didn't work, I figured out, because there was so many sparkles in that particular nail polish that I got in that time. So it was actually clogging up the nib, which is insane. I've never heard of that happening with nail polish ink. I've made several other ones, but the other ones I made were like usually just chrome, which weren't sparkly. They actually used a good like chrome base. Wow, I'm getting real distracted in this video. Sorry. I really did want to make this a very comprehensive review / vlog. So, holy shit, this is a 10-minute clip. Oh my god, I'm fucking ridiculous. So yeah, that's the rundown of different markers pretty much. And so these are two different styles of markers, but they're meant for the same thing, which is tagging. All these markers have different uses and different main meanings for what they're meant to be used on. They're not all just like tagging markers. Like decos are black book markers. You don't tag with decos, even though they're a great marker with a really nice oil-based high pigment ink in them, or no, high pigment paint in them. Actually, they're not meant for tagging because they just don't have the flow of something like this, which can write on many surfaces, whereas a deco doesn't have a heavy flow, so it can only write on really clean, nice surfaces. But yeah, this is a gravity fed marker, and the press and go is more of a mop style, but rather than having a mohair nib, it has a little metal valve, and they use the metal bit as the nib, and when the valve opens, the corrections fluid flows out freely. And yeah, that's how those work. And that's why I like them so much, because with that style of marker you can write on anything because of that fucking metal nib not being easy to break or fucking just ruin like a mohair nib is. And when the nib on the marker or on a mop is ruined, it's kind of fucked. And yeah, so that's why I like the correction pins so much, because they can write on anything with that metal nib. I wish I had my corrections pin with me. I can't believe I forgot that shit. It was right in front of me when I left. I'm an idiot, guys. I'm sorry. But as I was saying, yeah, rundown of all the different markers. You got a lot in this video, guys. You are lucky. And this is gonna be a one-parter, so you guys fucking got an awesome video today, and you guys should be appreciative of the fucking thought and work I put into this video. See, this is great for that kind of thing because these are hard to write over, and this marker doesn't catch up on them as much. But great little marker. I'm very impressed with it. That's why I bought another one after breaking my first one, even though something like that can happen and the body will break. I know firsthand, fucked it up and ruined the marker. It was a very sad day when that happened. But yeah, this is a really long clip, so I'm gonna cut it off here. I'll talk at you guys when I talk at you. Yo, what's up, people? So I just finished filming or editing that video that y'all just finished watching up. Really enjoyed doing that one. It was a good time going over that magic marker again and figuring out the likes and dislikes of it. I really enjoy those magic marker glass bodies. Those are a classic hit marker that's been around in the graffiti game for a long time, and I would highly recommend. Sorry, winded from running across that road. I need to work out more. Anyway, I would highly recommend scooping one of those up before you can't find them anymore on Art Primo's website, and get one before they're gone for good. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed that video. As always, Patreon will be in the description along with the Cash App to send me some donations, and all my social medias and the Discord that I just started. Feel free to join. You can chat it up with all the people that have already joined, and have some good talking with me and all the boys and girls. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe like always. And peace out, guys. Have a good one. Fuck yeah. 600, by the way. Fuck yeah.